Z and I'm outside, cause I'm still loving. I don't chase hoes, I chase money. To the bank bros, I've been summoned, so you niggas lame. Cause all you do is hang your hands out, trying to hold something. You can't stand alone and I'm solo. Got a selfie pic in that photo. I'm charged up and by next year, I'ma pull up in that Roro. Got Rolls Royce in my vision, see a Lambos in my dreams. Need a Bentley truck or that G-Wagon, cause the ladies love big things. Ooh, I don't know what you heard, in all honesty, I'm the truth. They need Rick Rock in this rap game like Tupac and that juice. And I don't sip lean in my soda, but the little homies, they pour. And if you got a problem, you can catch the hands on God, fooling you to go up. Hey, you know I got the shit poppin'. It's poppin', pull up and go shopping. If I see something I won't fool, I'ma ball out, it's no problem. She blowing bands, you a fan. So you looking for me, here I am. I'ma pull up with 2 burners on me like Yosemite Sam. Damn, I know y'all don't like me, but I pull up and get active. I don't got time to worry about a hater, I'm counting baby.
Yeah, what's good with y'all? Y'all know how we doing it, man. Pulling up and getting active. Y'all know how we doing it always and every day, every time we get a chance. You feel me? I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Truth Talk Radio, brought to you by 44 Million ENT and Bunk Cakeaholics. Hey, man, y'all tune in. Y'all know I got to pay some bills. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all enjoy this boy Rick Rock. I'll be right back.
I'm getting paper now, no, right now. I flip the bread and I let it sit. I watch all of them stacks pile, and I ain't waste no time. I pulled up and dry buckets. You switched up and I stayed down, and I tripled up on my budget. And I let them hate when it's hammer time. I deposit that and don't touch it.
Hey, what's up?
Ain't no thing. What's the deal? What's up with you?
Nothing much. You gonna pull up?
Yeah, shoot, I'll slide through. What you drinking on?
Whatever you bring.
Hey, where your boyfriend at?
I don't like you.
Damn, I know y'all don't like me. I pull up and get active. I don't got time to worry about a hater. I'm counting paper, you like.
Man, how y'all doing, man? Get on up in here, man. How y'all doing tonight, man? Let me get this boy here. Yeah. Paper, you lacking. Yeah. That's what it is. Man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to 44 Million ENT. And we gonna get on into this thing, man. Y'all know what I do, man. I'ma, get into it real quick. Now, I don't know if y'all saw what I saw, but sounds like to me the Hbcu'S, they didn't get the memo. So that brings me to my topic tonight. Hbcu'S, did you get the memo? Did you get the memo? And I know some people might be saying, well, Ali, what is you talking about, boy? Well, let me inform y'all on something. The president of these United States is setting into an executive order where historically black universities could possibly lose its federal funding. Some may say, well, why is that possible? How is that possible? Well, as we all know, they have a few $1 million set to the side for Hbcu'S. And right now, that is under a threat from our current administration. Now, it's one thing to take the young people out of the high schools and all of that type of stuff. That's one thing to do that. But then when you try to put a manipulation on higher learning, right, which is a paid education, you know what I'm saying? That's not a public schooling type thing. That's a paid for education. So before I get into that, y'all, man, I have to pay tribute and I had to pay homage to the historically black universities, all around. And I know all of them got some great bands, and everything. But, I know some of my family members we gonna get into it about this, but that's all right too. I love y'all too. But I so happen to be from Louisiana, man. So, man, y'all sit back and I want y'all to get in this college college, you know what I'm saying, atmosphere, college, you know, historically black university atmosphere, man, so y'all can see how we really get down, man. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all can just bear with me for a few seconds, man, I want y'all to get in the mood, man. I got a little treat for y'all right now, man. Hey, man, I'm about to play for y'all the Human Jukebox. Southern University, marching band. Do what you want to. Yeah, y'all get into it with me. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. What y'all know about that? Yeah. I had to get that off my chest right there, bro. I got to sit down. I'm getting old and shit. I can't bounce around like that no more. I can't even do it like that no more. So let me let me sit on down somewhere before I pull something around here. You know what I mean? But y'all had to understand, man, that the historically black university has a very special place in my heart, you know, and you know, big shouts out to all of those students at those historically black universities, because without the students, the university itself would not stand. So, you know, I give big ups to all of my, you know, young students out there, man, that's attending historically black universities, man. It's nothing like it. You know, I attended Wiley College myself and Langston University, and that's in East Texas and in Oklahoma. So, I mean, it's a beautiful culture. It's a beautiful thing to have. And I think, you know, every child should experience a black university, historically black university. But let's get to the meat of this thing right quick, right? Our president, I know people gonna eat me up about this, but let me hook y'all up with something right quick. Our president, boy. Look at him. Oh, Donald. Teflon done. Boy, look at Teflon. Boy, ain't he something else? Woo-woo. Let me take this off here, because there ain't nothing true about this fool. Look at look at Teflon. The Teflon done. All right, let's get into it, y'all. All right. This executive order, you know what I'm saying? Let me just go to the headlines. Hey, big shouts out to, this is the, hold on, y'all. The Trump executive order. Big shouts out to Jerry Carter, Sr. Trump executive order could make historical HBCUs ineligible for nearly all the federal funding. That's the headline of it, y'all. All right, let's get into this. Last month, President Donald Trump issued an executive order prohibiting federal funds from being awarded to agencies or contractors promoting racial or sexual stereotyping. The objective, not this the part that got me. The objective is to reverse what the White House calls a growing culture of blaming white people for much of America's social tension and systemic racism in industries and governance. Hold on. I know it's a delay in it. So I want to make sure. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Like, think about this, y'all. Okay, just in looking at this, now, I can roll down, we can scroll down and look and get into some of the articles, a little bit later. But I'm just stuck on the first paragraph. I'm stuck, y'all. I'm stuck. Look at this. I'm stuck with the objective. The objective is to reverse what the White House calls a growing culture of blaming white people for much of America's social tension and systemic racism in industries and governments. Wow. Well, I got a question to the White House. Who started slavery? I mean, like, what the hell? Let's get to the meat of this thing. Like, man, who else are you to blame for the social tension and the systemic racism systematically? You've torn up a country systematically. Do we need to go to the house Negro and the field Negro? Or we need to come up to speed to Jim Crow? Or we need to come up to speed with hands up, don't shoot? Or do we need to come up to speed with Black Lives Matter? Or do we need to come up to speed for real and come up with ADOS? What part of this? What? Oh, Lord. I'm trying not to go out too much. But what part of the White House that, damn, the house is called the White House. Like, what the hell? That's not the people's house. Y'all don't never call that the people's house. It's called the White House. Are we serious? like, man, what the hell is really going on? Bruh, I don't get this one. Let's go on into some of these articles. Okay, it said requirements for federal grants. The heads of all agencies shall review their respective grant programs and identify programs for which the agency may, as a condition of receiving such a grant, require the recipient to certify that it will not use federal funds to promote the concepts that, let's go down the list. One race or sex inherently superior to another race or sex. Well, damn, we ain't gonna get too far by the first one. Tell me, why are you condoning these racist hate groups? With just the first one alone, the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, should be investigated immediately. Like, what the hell? What the hell is really going on? Okay, let's keep going. An individual by virtue of his or her race is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, right? So let's think about this. Okay, when it comes down to reparations, do you know what most people say that are not of the struggle? Well, those were my ancestors. I ain't have nothing to do with that. So unconsciously, you are condoning what they did, because when you find out the history, when they was giving out millions and millions of acres of land to slave owners. Think about it, people. Okay, let me keep moving. because there's a lot of these. An individual should be discriminated against or receives adverse treatment solely or partly because of his or her race or sex. Well, you know, like, you know, what do we say in the community, in the black community? What do we say in our community? And I only say black because, you know, that's what we used to. You know, only people making money off black is Crayola. But what do we usually say in the black community? It's not about what you know. It's about who you know. So in most jobs, I could probably say this for all races. It ain't about what you know. It's about who you know. So that's already a discrimination against an employee that comes into the company that does not know anybody that works in the company. Come on now. Do I need to explain this? All right, let's go to D. Members of one race or sex cannot and should not attempt to treat others without respect to race or sex. Well, shit, you got to shut down the whole police department. Hold on. Man, you got to shut down the police. If these the rules to get federal money, the police department should be shut down tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. It should be out of there. Finito, gone, capiche. Y'all better pay attention to this. Members are, all right, let me go to E so I can get through this. An individual's moral character is necessarily determined by his or her race or sex. Okay, that's kind of self-explanatory. An individual by virtue of his or her race bears responsibility for actions committed in the past by other members of the same race or sex. Are y'all understanding this now? In other words, in this statement, white people, the White House is saying that, this is the part where they're saying they are tired of white people catching the heat for systemic racism and all the other social inequalities that's been inappropriately distributed to black folks. How about that? In other words, plain English, they tired of us saying that it's white folks' fault. That's what they tired of, just plain out English. That's what that means, okay? Well, I don't see no pilgrims to blame. Where the hell are the pilgrims? The pilgrims captured the Indians. It probably was the greatest massacre in the United States history, but we call it Thanksgiving. What? You don't need a day in November to be thankful. You should be thankful every day. Every day is Thanksgiving. Giving God some thanks. I woke up to see another day. I don't need Thanksgiving for that. You know what I'm saying? People getting ready now to get their Halloween stuff and, you know, celebrate that. What part of the struggle is Halloween? Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with the American Revolutionary War, the Civil War, Iraq. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. What the hell is Halloween? But, you know, I guess it's treats and candy and all kind of shit. Don't y'all go out there and get no coronavirus candy. I tell y'all that. All right. This is out there. Let's get to G. Any individual should feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any other form of psychological distress on account of his or her race or sex. Well, black folks, we would never open up a business under these rules, under that stipulation right there. Look, we ain't even, listen, we feel discomfort every time we walk out the house. Nevertheless, to be starting up a business. Come on, people. Look, the discomfort is when we walk into the bank. So banks must gonna shut down on this point. according to this, if banks are getting federal funding, right, individuals should feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any other form of psychological distress on account of his and her, on account of his or her race or sex. Listen, when you go in the bank and you trying to start a black business, do you not walk in there with anguish? You already walk in there with doubt. Man, this bank ain't finna give me this money. That'd be the first thing. Hell, you can't even go in there really and get a home loan. Nevertheless, talking about a business. Come on. Oh, come on, man. What is this here, boy, they got out here? Man, y'all better be careful on the 3rd. That's next week. Better be careful. A week and a day from tonight. That's next Tuesday, November 3rd, man. Y'all make sure y'all go vote. Let me get on down to H. Mediocrity, or mediocrity, I guess it's a continuation of G, or mediocrity, or traits such as hard work ethic, or racist or sexist, were created by a particular race to oppress another race. So in other words, with these last two statements, they really kind of go together, right? So now slavery is mediocre now. It's not as important now. Right? It's not it's no one's fault. You know what I mean? So this is basically what this is order is basically saying. You know what I'm saying? It says some more things. I'm gonna get to that in a second with y'all, man, too. But basically, just looking at this, man, and I'm looking at this, and basically within 60 days of the date of this order, the heads of agencies shall submit a report to the director of the Office of Management and Budget that lists all grant programs so identified. Now, y'all, we have to understand that the historically black university is under attack. Now, when you let executive orders flow through like this, you are definitely in trouble. And I hope that the HBCU presidents and other staff and board members really unite and really come together to try to help control this situation. See, it's how could I put it? You don't have a opportunity, to continuously try to right a wrong with a wrong. You know what I mean? It's like you want to right a wrong with a wrong. Like how is that possible? Right is right and wrong is wrong. You cannot right a wrong with a wrong. Like if you're trying to take slavery and put it on the back burner, how about we do police reform like we've been begging since the 80s. Big shouts out to brother Ice Cube. And people just wanna knock him because it's like when you talk black, it's like, oh, that's not affecting you today. Yes, it does. Just like when you look at them articles and you look at feeling anguish or anything, when you walk in the place of business, like, I mean, I think most black people and some poor people and some probably most middle class. I probably would say 80% of middle class. When you walk in the bank for a house loan to get that first house loan, man, if you ain't got no bread saved up like talking about and your credit hadn't been A1, but you scared to walk in that bank talking about getting a house loan. Then the cold part about it is, this is what kills me with the banks and everybody else that decides they want to put interest on your money. I'm talking about to make you pay interest. Now, this is one thing that I've always been interested in, because I've always wondered, how are they more interested, or they have more interest in your money than you do? Ain't that something? They charge you interest, right? Because they interested in breaking you. They interested in taking your bank account and putting it into shambles. Now look at the banks, y'all. Now that really kind of shook my nerve when I looked at that order talking about, those stipulations and the requirements. That's just in section 5 of it. We ain't got the section 1, 2, 3, 4. We ain't hit none of that. This just plain out section 5. Now, in other words, what this mandate or what this executive order also does, it also prohibits black universities from teaching black history. Think about this now. So in other words, what they about to do is take black history out of the historically black universities if it's emphasized or taught. Know what we get into now? They're going to take federal funding away from schools and institutions and businesses and companies if they teach black. Well, under those guidelines of what is in that executive order, that means that history itself that means history itself has to be terminated. Because that is showing one racial group superior to another racial group. Go look at it. What was the Civil War about? That's a part of history. That was the North against the South. They said it was because of the Emancipation Proclamation, all that old type of crap over there. But they failed to tell us that that's a labor dispute. That's all it was about. If the cotton was coming out of the South wanted some of those industries and those industrial steel mills and stuff to come to the South if they had to let the slaves go, because they ain't had no more labor then if they let the slaves go. So they went to war about that. That's a labor dispute. It had nothing to do. Are you free now, brother and sister? We claim to be, but do you really feel free? Now, my thing is this. Now, it's not only black people now. See, we got to understand this too, man. Y'all understand I'm pro-black. I'm not anti-white, but I am anti-anybody that ain't right. So y'all understand that, right? So this is not only affecting historically black universities, even though we're on the demise. We're on the 13% of the population. So we have to almost damn near keep 13% of our young people. Our whole population of young people damn near need to be going to historically black universities. But that's another discussion another day. But do y'all not see the historically black universities are under attack? Now, so is the white universities too. Because when you think about it, when you teach history itself, it shows that white people are superior to every other race. The Pilgrims slaughtered the Indians. The Pilgrims changed their name to Caucasians, because you ain't never seen no Pilgrim family in McDonald's or Burger King, had you? You see everybody at Walmart. You see everybody at Walmart. No bullshit. So have you ever seen a Pilgrim family at Walmart? What, Pilgrims don't need electronics? You know what I'm saying? Walmart is the low prices. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. But anyway, Target or any of those places. I ain't just trying to see. I'm already going against the executive order. I'm making Walmart superior to Target. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm already in violation. So with that being said, it's like When I think of the white universities, I mean, you got to take history itself out of school, period. There's no way in the hell that you can teach history without showing that even the United States is superior to other nationalities and other races. What about, you know what I'm saying, we superior to the Africans, or we superior to the Italians, or we superior to the Saudis. Right? To the Russians. We superior to the Chinamen and to the Japanese man. We superior to all of them. When you read our history books and you read about our great wars that we got ourselves into, do we not see always in our history books seem like we are the victorious one and we're superior to every other country on the planet or in the planet? We superior. So how could you make an executive order that has those type of stipulations, regulations, and guidelines when the White House itself is acting as if superior, even more superior to the people in which put those servicemen, because when you serve for the country, you become a serviceman. So to put those servicemen and servicewomen in those political positions, and for the people not to have the White House named in its proper name, which is the people's house, that's why we still have systemic racism right now to this day. Do we not know that it was black people, slaves, that built the White House? It's not a speck of black on the White House. They didn't even get a corner, a smidge of black on the White House. Come on, man. That should be the people's house. It should change colors every day. Crayola make a fortune. Man, Crayola make a fortune, man. The White House should be every color every day. And see, then they get mad when a brother like me run for president and want to paint it the black house. See, then they gonna say, oh, you ain't got credentials. You crazy as hell. That make you crazy as hell. You want to paint the White House black? Why not? It's been white all these years. Get some color. Since you want us to be bilateral, biunal, a whole lot of bias. I ain't gonna get into other stuff, but you want to be us a whole lot of bias. But y'all can't even be bipartisan. Ain't that something? We dealing with a government that want us to be coexistence with each other, to be in coexistence with each other, and the government itself cannot coexist. They in there talking about Republican and Democrat. Well, since y'all gonna write this executive order, shouldn't the Republican Party and Democratic Party be eliminated under these federal laws? There should be no federal funding. There should be no people hired by the White House if they are participating in these parties who can become superior. This is why we have the problem that we're having right now, and laws cannot be passed through the House and the Senate. It might make it through the House, but it stops in the Senate because we got a House that's divided. We got a Congress that's divided. But you want us to be unilateral. You want us to be bilateral. You want us to be bipartisan. You want us to be all of these things in our leadership. This is this Trump executive order, but it's deeper than Trump too, because guess what, y'all? I almost choked shit. I get nervous to think he might win 4 more years shit. Lord have mercy. Y'all, shit, I get choked up. But you know, when I think about it, if he do get 4 more years, right? Okay, that's 4 more years of dealing with Trump and his rhetoric. It's still left up to the people. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump, y'all. Trust me, what we go through in society, it has nothing to do with Donald J. Trump, okay? It's the Congress, it's the House and the Senate. We put all of these emphasis on going for the presidential election. We got to understand who has the power. See, because if this executive order get too ignorant, the House and the Senate will both knock it down. It won't get nowhere. So with that being said, we need to probably start trying to participate a little bit more in these House races. U.S. representatives, the House of Representatives, to make sure we know what that is, right? In these Senate races, we need to participate in those as well. Don't just wait every 4 years for the presidential election. That's just one man. Why not vote on the body that writes the laws and passes the law? That's Congress. We got to understand the order of command. Yes, the executive branch is a branch within itself. But you also have those two other branches, the House and the Senate, that watching the president. They watching him. They supposed to be, but seems like it becomes a territorial thing. Well, we got a Republican president and we're going to go with the Republican Party. We could give a damn about what helps the people. Well, nah, we're not about that. It's about the people. Democrats, same way. No, Ice Cube, we can't talk to you now, buddy. Wait till after the election, buddy. Then we can talk. Then their excuse is we ain't got no power. Man, you can't tell me Barack Obama ain't got no power. Y'all got me twisted. He ain't got to be the president. Barack got power right now. Let him roll on the south side of Chicago and see everybody come outside. Let Barack go to anywhere and see people come outside. You don't tell me he ain't got no power. What? Well, if Barack Obama ain't got no power, why is he on the campaign trail for his buddy Joe? Tell me that. If Barack ain't got no power. We got to stop that, y'all. And we just at this point to where we have to be more conscious and more mindful, not only just about the presidential elections, but we need to be more mindful and conscious about those Senate races and those House races. We need to be more conscious about that. See, because look, crap like this here at the House and the Senate, which I think once you become a public figure, or once you become a serviceman or a servicewoman, right, for the country, your party affiliation should go out the window. Matter of fact, I think that you shouldn't even have a party affiliation if you running for those political offices, if those three political offices, the Senate, the House, and President, you should have no political affiliation, and especially if you want to be on the Supreme Court justice. You better not have no party affiliation, because you're supposed to be about the law, straight down the middle. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Now, it seems like the law only applies when it's time for the mistreatment or the disbandment of blackness, darkness. Right? The good old boys or whatever their name is, that's an organization that feel like they superior to others. Any other race, ethnicity, sex, or whatever they said in the thing there. The good old boys, they feel like they superior. Ain't nobody disband their group. See, this is another way to, I'm telling y'all, now, Black Lives Matter ain't gonna get no federal funding, right? They done made all their money. George Soros and stuff, he done made plenty of money off us buying T-shirts. Black Lives Matter hashtag them blew up, right? So he done made his money. His pockets is good, right? So now, ain't nobody raising no sand about this. This attack on historically black universities, ain't nobody raising no sand about this. We more so concerned about what my boy named from Migos, Cardi B husband. We probably more concerned about that than we are about them shutting down or even making rules and regulations to defund historically black universities. You know, and big shout out to Cardi B and I can't think of the boy name right now, man. Somebody tell me. But I'm glad that brother didn't get into nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because once you look at it, looking at that situation, I'm going to touch on it a little bit. Looking at that situation, in the video, it says, this is about Cardi B and man, let me think. Let me get this boy name, because I don't want to disrespect this dude, man. He you know, hell, I'm, you know. The boy famous from the Migos. Anybody know in the chat? Anybody? Hold on, I'll get the boy name here in a minute. But basically, the story is the dude, him and Cardi B was somewhere they ended up getting caught by a Trump rally or something like that. You know what I mean? And they was just basically in the wrong place. I can't say the wrong place at the wrong time, because I'm pretty sure they was over there, you know, probably taking care of some business or just doing what they do. I mean, they got a right to be anywhere that they want to be. So that's why I don't like to say, okay, Offset. Thank you, Mo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just busting. You hit me up quick with that. Appreciate it, Mo. Offset, Fatima. Yeah, everybody. All right, appreciate it. Offset, right? So Offset was chilling, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get out of the, you know, combust, you know, hustle and bustle and, you know, all the combustion and stuff. He was trying to free himself, you know, of that and just leave. You know what I'm saying? Him and Cardi B both, they was in 2 separate cars. But come to find out that somebody was beating on this man Rolls Royce. Right? Half of us can't spell Rolls Royce. I know I can't. Sure ain't drove one. Okay? Now they sitting up there beating on this dude's car with a Trump flag. Can y'all imagine that? Like how much that offset him? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. The dude's name is Offset. So y'all about to set him off? You beating on a Rolls Royce with a Trump flag. So what happened was somebody called the police and said that Offset and his crew or whatever, they was waving guns at the Trump supporters, right? So basically the police pulled up and pulled this man out of his car. They didn't even know how to open the car door. This is a Rolls Royce. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they didn't even, like, you ought to see the police. Open the door, sir. Open the door, sir. It's crazy. But not to make light of the situation, like, think about that situation. Somebody has called the police and said that a black man was waving a gun in a Rolls Royce, right? Now, I thank God that the police didn't pull up and just start busting. I thank God that that brother went in a rental car or something, in a Honda or something. No disrespect to Hondas and Toyotas, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I'm just saying a less expensive car. Could have been in a regular GLA, you know what I'm saying? 250, 350, 300, whatever. That's still a Benz, but it's the fact that, man, I thank God that situation didn't go left. It could have went left real quick. So to wrap up the story, Cardi B jumps out the car, and because they act like they didn't know who Offset was, and him being out there Migos or whatever, they act like they didn't know who he was. Basically, Cardi B jumps out of her car, and she basically like, y'all take y'all hands off my husband and this, that, and the third, right? So, you know, the update, y'all had to kind of find out what the update, but I don't think any arrests or anything like that was made. So, you know, that's one time that we can say, hey, okay, boom, we made it out of that. You know what I mean? Because that could have been a Tupac or Biggie Smalls situation, or Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. You know, that could have turned left real quick. You know what I mean? And especially the police trigger happy and stuff. So I just want to touch on that while I was in that, not to get off subject, but just to think about the Migos and stuff. They perform at historically black colleges, the Baby and all of these young artists and stuff, man. This is where they start their careers at, man, at these historically black colleges, man, going on tour and things of that nature. You know what I mean? This is what happens. This is the value in the historically black universities, man. There's a whole lot of value in there, man. You got to think of, you got some of the greatest minds in the world to come out of historically black universities. You got accountants, engineers, doctors, scientists, you name it, They come out of historically black universities also, and that's one thing that I know is kind of funny to me, as I wrap this up tonight. It's kind of funny to me that all of a sudden, since my brother, Coach Prime, right? That's what he like to be called now, Coach Prime. But it's kind of ironic to me that Deion Sanders goes to a historically black university, right, to uplift our historically black universities through the talent in which we have in playing football. Because when you look on Alabama field, you see in all skill positions, you see brothers. Defensive line, probably all brothers, right? You look at these predominantly white universities, you know what I'm saying? These PWUs, you look at them, and you look at their football team, when you look at the skill positions, most of them that's winning national championships, they got brothers in those skill positions. Wide receiver, cornerback, running back, anything back but quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They don't want too many brothers to play quarterback. You know what I mean? So you writing these executive orders, man, you possibly going to eliminate Major League Baseball on every level. People don't understand the discrimination that goes on in sports, period. So, man, we got to be very mindful of all of these things, right? We got to be very conscious about it, man. Our historically black fraternities and sororities are coming out of here, and they're becoming prominent people, right? My sister Mo, she's an AKA, you know what I mean? So, I mean, hey, man, it's so much heritage in those schools to where if we let them go down, you know, it's partially our fault too, because we are sending our children to these PWUs, you know what I'm saying? And boom, now they using our children as cattle. From the sports perspective, just think about it. You know how many black babies that's in the hood that could really attend Harvard or Yale and knock them out the water? Matter of fact, as I end the show, I got a very, 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 you know what I'm saying, special announcement. Check this out, y'all. Howard University, I hope I'm getting this right. Howard University beat Yale, if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure I get not Yale, but they beat Harvard. Howard beat Harvard, right? For the second year in a row in a debate. Howard University beat Harvard 2 years in a row in a debate. So just on that notion alone, we got to make sure that we support these historically black universities. Brothers like Deion Sanders, brother like Broderick Favre down there in Grambling, you know, Coach Odom's down there at Southern University, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to those coaches, man. And I mean, all the other Mississippi Valley states, man, Florida A&M's, North Carolina A&T, Howard, Morehouse, Spelman, did I say A&T? Man, the list goes on, man, and I don't mean to leave out nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you have a lot of them. Wiley College, hell, my alma mater, Langston University, like, you know what I'm saying? Jarvis Christian. I mean, it's so many historically black universities, man. I could sit here and go on and on and on and on. So it's like we have to make sure that we keep that excellence in our historically black universities. Man, big shouts out to Howard University, man, on y'all victory, man, in the debate. Nobody want to talk about that. You know, that didn't make CNN news, you know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, it made Truth Talk News. That's for real. It made 44 million ENT. That's for real. Okay, so big shouts out to Howard, man, and y'all victory over Harvard 2 years in a row in a debate. Good work. Hey, big shouts out to those students on the debate team, man. We proud of y'all over here at 44 million ENT, man. I might have to reach out to that debate team, man, and see if we can't get them for an interview or something, man. I know them. They must be proud, man. Their parents must be proud, you know what I mean, that we could achieve something of that magnitude, you know, at a historically black university. Not to say we dumber, but not to say we smarter. We just got the job done, you know what I mean? Hey, so before I get out of here, man, Let me make sure I do the rundowns and stuff, man. I don't want nobody to get on my case. You know, as you grow, you got people, you got to do what you got to do. First of all, man, big shouts out to Hbcu'S, man. Y'all make sure when y'all get a chance, man, and y'all in the Houston area, man, y'all make sure y'all go check out Hbcu'S. You know what? I think I even moved up in the world a little bit. I think I did. That's Hbcu'S. That's at 16940 Ella Boulevard, Suite 109 in Houston, Texas. Phone number 713-454-9291. That's Hbcu'S, man. That's at 16940 Ella Boulevard, Suite 109, Houston, Texas. Phone number 713-454-9291. Man, y'all make sure y'all, if you can't swing by in the Houston, Texas area, man, Hbcu'S, man, they will send you a bundt cake, man, as far as your money will go. Okay? So don't y'all get it twisted. Got a 5-day shelf life. So y'all feel free, man, if y'all want to order some of them Hbcu'S, man, y'all make sure y'all order some, man, to support the situation, man. Tell Chef Vidal that 44 million ENT sent you, all right? Big shouts out to my sister, Reflection to Mimi, Tamika. Big shouts out to my sister, Angel K, the one and only, the real Angel K. Hey, and last, definitely but not least, hey, y'all make sure y'all check out Talking Tea with Ali and Monique on Friday mornings, man. That'll be at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, and that'll be at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Y'all don't forget to come check out Talking Tea with Ali and Monique. Don't y'all forget to go at eat.your.greens on Instagram, TikTok. And make sure, man, y'all go check out my sister, eat.your.greens. Man, y'all go make sure y'all go subscribe to her t-shirt line too, man. Sister over there coming up with some creative stuff, man. Any of y'all sororities or fraternities out there, man, make sure y'all stop by eat.your.greens, man, and put in y'all requests, man, for my sister, man. She might can design something real pretty for y'all over there, all right? Not leaving out my sister Noreen. Hey, my sketch artist, Noreen, hey, I'm getting some stuff together for her. So, man, that's coming soon. My sister, Fatima. Hey, y'all make sure, man, y'all follow my sister, Fatima, man. That's family right there. 920 Clothing, man, that's family. Lil James, that's family. 920 Clothing and 920 Photos, that's all family right there, man. Y'all make sure y'all check them people out. Last but not least, y'all know what it is, man, before we get out of here. Big shouts out to my executive producer, man. Big shouts out to my moderators around here, man. Hey, I love all of y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Truth Talk Radio. You know what I mean? Brought to you by Hbcu'S and 44 million ENT. Hey, man, we're going to have something special for y'all real soon, man. I know y'all seen all these angels, man. Big shouts out to the angels, man. Hey, we getting some stuff together for y'all, man. Going to have a real nice treat for y'all real soon. So, hey, y'all, stay tuned for that. What else I got? I think I covered everybody. Did I cover everybody? Yeah, I did. Hey, y'all know how we do it, man. I ain't gonna forget my boy Rick Rock. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know I'm about to pull up out of here. You heard what I'm saying, man? That's how we gonna do it today. Hey, check this out, man. Hbcu'S, man. I hope y'all get the memo. You feel me? Because it's definitely going down. Hey, once again, man, thank y'all for tuning in to 44 million ENT. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Truth Talk Radio. Brought to you by Hbcu'S and 44 million ENT. Y'all be good out there. Don't y'all forget, man. Check out my boy Rick Rock on Instagram, on Twitter, on iPhone, on Apple Tunes, on you think about it, man. You just think Rick Rock and hit the button, boy, I bet you'll see him pop up. You heard what I'm saying? That boy everywhere. Rick Rock, man. Hey, y'all be good out there, man. 44 million ENT. HID. I'm out this bitch. Y'all be good. Peace. Need a Bentley truck or that G-Wagon, cause the ladies love big things. Ooh, I don't know what you heard. In all honesty, I'm the truth. They need Rick Rock in this rap game like Tupac and that juice. And I don't sip lean in my soda, but the little homies, they pour it. And if you got a problem, you can catch the hands on God, fooling you to go Burners on me like Yosemite Sam. Yeah, hey, don't y'all forget to go out there, man, and follow my dude at Nova Streams. My dude Q. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him, man. We got something coming up real special for y'all, man. Y'all go check out that Amber Height over there on Instagram. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check all that out, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in once again, man. This your boy H.I.Lee, man. I'm out of here, man. Love.
Damn about you or none of them broke boys in your gang. Better meal player, that's my lifestyle. I'm getting paper now, no, right now. I flip the bread and I let it sit. I watch all of them stacks pile, and I ain't waste no time. I pulled up and tried buckets. You switched up and I stayed down, and I tripled up on my budget. And I let them hate when it's hammer time. I deposit that and don't touch it.
Hey, what's up?
Ain't no thing. What's the deal? What's up with you?
Nothing much, you gon' pull up?
Yeah, shoot, I'll slide through. What you drinking on?
Whatever you bring.
Hey, where your boyfriend at?
I don't like you.
Damn, I know y'all don't like me. But I pull up and get active. I don't got time to worry about a hater. I'm counting pay when you lacking. I pull up.